Hello and welcome Universe Mode. This is Monday Night Raw. We finally did it. We actually sorted out inconsistency for once in our lives. I know, it's outstanding. Hold your applause because we are actually here for Monday Night Raw. So there's no point in clapping for a show that doesn't deserve the applause. We are here in Des Moines, Iowa, and I'm sorry to disappoint everyone in the Raw crowd, but Seth Rollins isn't here tonight. That's the wrong show. You can all leave now if you want, now that I've broken your heart, and now that I've told you that the favorite, not only around here, but across not only the United States, but the world as well, is not here. Instead, what we're going to be seeing to kick things off right away is a six-man battle royal to determine who will be taking up one of Raw's spots in the Money in the Bank ladder match. You can see those six men there right now. Aiden English, Kofi Kingston, the villain Marty, Scurll, Cody, Rhodes, Triple H, Christian. Those six men all vying for that opportunity to join Trevor Lee and Samoa Joe from ECW and Rusev from SmackDown. Money in the Bank just about 2 weeks away now, or less than 2 weeks away. So it is a really important point for Raw to finally buckle down and get onto the road and get onto the get onto getting these matches out of the way and finding and realizing who is going to be in the Money in the Bank ladder match, blah 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 blah. Because main event, this one actually surprised me that this is the main event. Yep, you are looking at that one correctly. Mordecai against the Undertaker. That was what was scheduled as the main event here tonight, and that was one that 100% took me by surprise. Did not expect to see that one on its way, but that is what we are going to be getting, it seems. And I am looking forward to that one. I will explain why later on tonight, but right now let's start things off with that six-man battle royal. Alright, let's kick this one off with the artist known as Aiden English, who has, since this whole Simon Gotch injury and kind of departure from Simon Gotch as a result of it, just not achieved any success whatsoever, but seems to still be around on Raw for some reason, and is now being handed a number one contendership opportunity. I have no idea why the general manager believes this to be the case, but once more, he's not here to explain his actions because he's a terrible general manager who does not care about the state of his brand, who does not care to see what it looks like when it's a live performance right in front of him. No, he'd rather sit at home, do absolutely nothing with his life, and choose instead to no-show this. I mean, he's probably no-showing it because he's aware of how terrible this show is and how below the par of ECW it is, but, at least I'm here to mock it and make him realize just how pathetic this brand truly is. So with that being said, Aiden English, boy does he help iterate that point of how pathetic Raw is. Trying to go to Money in the Bank. I mean, you look at the 6 participants in this matchup and I could buy into three of them. I could buy into 3 of them going to Money in the Bank. Triple H, of course. Christian. No, sorry, not Christian anymore. No, Christian's failed me. Cody Rhodes, obviously, and Marty Scurll. I believe those 3 have the potentiality to actually go to a Money in the Bank, and I believe those 3 have the potential to actually find some success in the matchup as well. But then you've got the likes of Kofi Kingston, who has had one good performance against Shinsuke Nakamura before. Wow, well done. You had one good performance. That does not mean we have to keep on seeing you on our TV sets, failing every single week. It gets a bit boring. It's like watching, Daniel Bryan, except thankfully, even the Raw general manager realizes, God, Daniel Bryan's a bit boring, let's not put him on TV. So that being said, Kofi Kingston hops, skips, and jumps to the ring. He'll be here in this matchup right now, but he will be by the side of his fellow New Day members when they are in action later on tonight, and that New Day Rocks is just not getting over. I think the crowd has finally realized Seth Rollins isn't here, and they're just wondering, why did we show up? And I mean, that's your own fault, Iowa. You should really read the sign. Raw, not ECW. Same amount of letters in the name, completely different show. God, should learn the differences. Whoop whoop! It's Marty Scurll, the villain, heads towards the ring with a bit of anger on his mind in regards to what took place 2 weeks ago when he was squaring off against Zack Ryder. He lost because somehow he proved himself to be completely useless in that aspect and somehow managed to even lose to the fraudulent United States champion, who isn't here tonight because of the result of the real United States champion, the actual man we all cheer and adore, the leader of the Bullet Club, Adam Cole, baby. But Marty Scurll was attacked by Adam Cole 2 weeks ago, and he was not best pleased about that. But now here tonight, he's been given an opportunity for Money in the Bank, and even though he failed to defeat Ryder, I do still like Scurll. I'll give him his dues. Might go a little bit against the Bullet Club there, but I do actually like the villain, so I'm okay with this one. You know, if he's to win, it's all right. You know, and I mean the same really can be said for this man, Cody Rhodes. I mean, I did say he was one of the three, and same with Scurll. I believe that these two have done such a great jobs. I believe they are great wrestlers as well, and they just don't get the recognition they deserve right now from the Raw general manager. And it's a bit of a shame, really, that is the case. But if one of these two men is able to get the win here tonight, the Raw general manager is really going to have to open his eyes up and take notice of the men he has got on his roster. Some of the quality of talent he's got. I mean, he's got a former world champion in the ring right now. He's got a future champion outside of the ring in Marty Scurll. And he's got perhaps the greatest superstar in this universe to not win a world championship on his way. The game, Triple H. I love, you know, Scurll, Cody, great competitors, like them both. But they're not Triple H. They just, I mean, who is Triple H except for Triple H? No one. That's the truth, because Triple H is just that one-of-a-kind athlete that you can never take your eyes off of. He is that guy who you just want to see night in and night out. And by you, I mean me. Triple H has certainly wanted to leave his impact here on Raw since showing up back at Over the Limit, since finally making his return to the Raw brand, and he has done just that. He defeated Aiden English, what was it? I think that one was 2 weeks ago as well, in a no-holds-barred match. Absolutely destroyed English, to be fair, and was rewarded last week by getting a non-title match against the United States champion. There seemed to be some kind of discussion between himself and Cole backstage before his matchup got underway, and seemed to be some kind of game plan, to be fair, because it played off with Adam Cole attacking Zack Ryder following a sledgehammer assault by Triple H. Knocked out the referee as well in the process. I'm not too sure if Triple H was fined for his actions, but it was certainly not action that that I imagine the Raw general manager liked. But if he didn't like it, then I love it. It was amazing. Do it again, Triple H. That being said, of course, just because I like Triple H, that does not make him a member of the Bullet Club. He's just Triple H, plain and simple. And he is looking to go to Money in the Bank here, along with the four of the men on the outside right now. You'd think it might be a little bit of a smart idea to kind of spread them around the ring, perhaps avoid a potential brawl starting on the outside, but that's apparently not how we do things around here. We are geniuses of that. But I mean, who cares? Let's all pay more attention to Triple H, and I'm totally okay with that. Can Triple H get it done here? Can he go to Money in the Bank? I believe he can, and I believe that it is going to happen. If not Triple H, then definitely Cody or Marty Scurll is going to pull this one off. I believe Kofi, Aiden English, and Christian are much further below these three men in terms of talent and their current mindset right now, I believe, as well. And I just think that if it wasn't Cody, Marty, or Triple H going to that match, I think it would be a weak pick for the Raw brand. I genuinely just don't see. I mean, Christian lost to Zack Ryder in a steel cage match, not because of Zack Ryder, but because he was stupid enough to climb up to the top of the cage and jump off of it. That was a dumb move. Kofi Kingston has done nothing as of late. In fact, the last time we saw him, he was defeated by the former World Heavyweight Champion Dolph Ziggler. Don't worry, we'll get to that. We will get to that. And the last time we saw it in English, he lost last week to Cody Rhodes, and he lost 2 weeks ago to Triple H, and tried jumping Triple H 3 weeks ago, and he got attacked by Triple H and hit with a pile driver on the stage, and he was defeated by Triple H Over the Limit. Can you tell that, maybe there's a bit of a complete just kind of class off. There's like the top part, and then there's the bottom part. That not only is, you know, suitable for this matchup, but it's kind of suitable for Raw, because you have the Bullet Club, Raw, top, bottom, peak, trough, quality, quantity, the best, the shits. Can you see how it operates? Oh, and don't worry, Triple H, you're not in that Raw. You're not in that Raw section. You are in the middle. In fact, you are borderline. In fact, in my own list, you are side to side with the Bullet Club. Okay, I can't pick a favorite, guys. Don't torture me like this. You can see, look at Triple H's classless attitude on the outside, and I believe, and he's totally right to have that mindset to him. You know, just arms folded, not really giving a shit, and I think he's got that. He has the right to hold that kind of mindset. You know, he's done an awful lot. And to not be instantly given a number one contenders match is a little bit disrespectful in my mind to the game. But then again, you know, I would say, imagine, you know, Cody certainly deserves one in his own right for the incredible matches he's put in the past and the success he's had within his career. That being said, as this six-man battle royal gets underway, what is up for you later on tonight? Well, after this, as I said, of course, about Kofi Kingston accompanying his New Day buddies, we've got the New Day taking on Blake and Murphy, who it seems as if as time goes on, as week by week passes, are getting closer and closer to potentially challenging for those World Tag Team titles once more. If that's the case, I'm going to be absolutely dreading it. But we'll see what's going to happen in regards to that. Money in the Bank just of course a short time away, so there's not long at all if the Raw General Manager wants to set up that match or not. Because we speak about titles, we do have a number one contender in this match on... I'm going to need to sneeze. There we go. But we do have a number one contender in action later on tonight, and that is going to be Asuka, the number one contender for the Women's Championship, for Paige's Women's Championship. Of course, the best woman around. Member of the Bullet Club, so that's instantly what makes her so incredible as well. She'll be going... Asuka will be going one-on-one against Charlotte. Then we are scheduled to have The Miz, the man who picked up a victory last week over Randy Orton, go one-on-one against the former and soon-to-be world champion, Dolph Ziggler. Yep, got a lot to say about that. Don't you worry. And The Miz is going to be feeling the full wrath of Ziggler as well during this matchup. And oh dear, Kofi is going to be sent right back to the showers. First out in this one, Kofi Kingston. Like I said, there's an echelon, there's a top and there's a bottom. It's a huge difference between these two men, and Triple H just showed how with an easy elimination there of Kofi Kingston. Then for our main event, of course, as we talked about, it is going to be... Oh, hang on. Sorry, I forgot to get something in between. The paper champion. That is Tyler Breeze will be heard from. He will be he will be having a promo later on tonight. And oh, as Aiden English and Cody Rhodes are eliminated, we are down to 3. Christian, Scurll and Triple H. Certainly didn't expect Cody to be going, but Christian done a good job to hang on, I suppose. But yeah, we'll be hearing from Tyler Breeze, something to do with how the world champion and blah 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 blah. Probably not gonna be paying too much attention to that because I'm not interested in listening to the drizzling shits. And then we have our main event, Mordecai against the Undertaker. No Kane at ringside, no Rosemary around since Mordecai has banished her following her loss to Paige a couple of weeks ago. So it is going to be an interesting matchup to say the least between those two men. Two completely different aspects of kind of the spiritual scheme. The man who believes he can save everyone against the man who almost dooms everyone. One tells him to see the light, the other one tells him to rest in peace. It's going to be a very interesting main event here tonight, as we kind of will take our focus away from Money in the Bank at that moment in time and put it instead onto those two competitors. So that being said, we focus on the matchup right now. Press's tag team partner Michael Bennett, who of course fell short in defeating Tyler Breeze last week, but Marty Scurll going to try and make sure that that's not the case for him. Very good counter that Tiger suplex though. Christian pulled out. Triple H now, they're looking to try and send him outside, looking to leave it down to Scurll and Triple H. Will he get that right? Christian is teetering something awful here. And Christian is just about going to hang on because of it. Triple H just couldn't get the job done there. But look at that, Scurll from behind, the villain. Picked his moment. Great counter by Christian, but oh, he's decked by Triple H. That was very smart there by the game. And it's Scurll who tries to capitalize immediately. Countered once more, but Triple H now. A Christian just countering everyone, it seems. Good God. I don't know how Christian pulled that one out of the bag, but he countered every single move imaginable there. But it's sent into the corner by Marty Scurll. Scurll now with a good opportunity to try and eliminate Christian. Leave it down to the villain in the game. Triple H going to take a step back here. Is Christian on his way out? He is. Christian eliminated. And we're down to 2. Scurll. Oh, and Triple H. Scurll walks right into that knee there. That was a mistake that you do not make against the game. Over the top rope. Scurll, though, going to skim the cat. And gets back in. Triple H, though, with the strikes now onto Scurll. Scurll does a good job, though, just batting them away. Suplex stuffed by Triple H. He's now trying to back him up, I think. He's trying to back Scurll up to the ropes here. Look at these repeated strikes there. And now Triple H with the opportunity in front of him. Pedigree to Scurll. He tries to hang on, but he's in jeopardy and he's in vain. He's eliminated. There's a replay of that clothesline over the top. Both feet hit the floor. Triple H is going to be the first competitor to take on... the first competitor from Raw to go to the Money in the Bank ladder match. That one is going to be a real entertaining one. Triple H with the opportunity of becoming Mr. Money in the Bank. What more can you ask for? That is something. I mean, even with my ECW guys in the matchup, I am interested by it. The thought of Triple H finally getting an opportunity to become world champion, it'll just get better with every day that goes by. We'll see what's going to happen. Of course, I'm cheering on Triple H in this moment in time. Never will I cheer on the Raw brand unless it's headed by the great men and, of course, woman of the Bullet Club. But there we go. Triple H gets Raw off to a strong start there. Victory for him. And now he looks to put his mind towards Money in the Bank. Grabbing that briefcase and getting an opportunity at any world title of his choosing between then and a year from when he wins it. So there we go. Well done, Triple H. You did us good. Now we move on to our next contest. Tag team matchup. The New Day against Blake and Murphy. Ugh. Well, all the great, you know what they say, all good things must come to an end. And in the case of Triple H, all great things must come to an end. And sadly, that has been the case, because now for a little while, Raw is going to be a very raw show. And the aspect of it is going to be utterly dire, and we are not going to enjoy it by any stretch of the imagination. Here come the New Day. Yay. Boy, am I happy. We've seen Kofi twice tonight, and I think twice he's going to be on the losing end. Who am I kidding? We're all in the losing end of this matchup. No one wins this one. We're all stuck in indefinite torture, as we have to watch two completely useless and ineffective tag teams square off for whatever reason. We haven't seen Gallows and Anderson in 2 weeks, and since then, boy oh boy, has it been tough. Look at this tag team division without them. Look at the tag team division without the Bullet Club. We've got a bunch of prancing men around trying to pretend to be, I don't know what. Mentally disabled comes to mind. But we have them, and we have two people who are addicted to dubstep, I think. Something along those lines. Either way, they both share something in common, both these teams. They're both losers. They're both terrible. They're both nothing compared to the Bullet Club. And let's just get that out of the way right now. It does not matter who comes to the ring with them. It doesn't matter if you got Kofi Kingston coming to the ring with the New Day. It doesn't matter if you've got Alexa Bliss incorporating herself with a pair of losers. And even now wearing matching attires with them. Bliss, I thought you were better than this. Like, I genuinely thought there was a chance to save Alexa Bliss. But no, she's just gone and committed career suicide as well. Boy, do I love Raw. Doesn't matter who gets the win here. It really does not make a difference because look at the records these men have. Aside from Big E, which his record was obtained in singles competition, all these men have terrible records. They're all terrible. They're both terrible tag teams. Neither of them bring a scare or a threat to the Bullet Club. That is why the last 2 times Blake and Murphy have competed against the Bullet Club, they have not, run away from a threat as the Raw General Manager would probably have you believe, as they pretend to be airplanes now for some reason. They have not run away from a threat. No, they've merely just got rid of a threat that has... No, sorry, not even a threat. They've got rid of a nuisance that has nothing to do with them. We've talked so much about how we need the Brood. The Brood is the only team out there that can give them this kind of matchup. And instead, we keep on seeing these 2 teams. The New Day were embarrassed by the Bullet Club at Unforgiven. Blake and Murphy are not even worthy of being gum on the bottom of the shoe in comparison to the Bullet Club. And yet we have to watch these 2 teams fight just because there's some kind of hokey-pokey problems going on between Mordecai and the Undertaker. Mordecai, I said I was interested in your match later up tonight, but now that I think about that, you may have just ruined any kind of respect I could have for you. You're the reason why we have to watch this matchup. I don't know if I can forgive that. Right, this matchup is starting off here with Woods and Blake going at it. I'm already dipping into a state of comatose. I'm being bored into a coma. That is how significant it gets around here. Xavier Woods now going to go up top, going to look to fly. Great, I mean, it was good timing. No, I will have to give credit there to Blake. That was good timing there. He got that one perfectly. Waited for Xavier Woods to take flight there. And there's a nice Tiger Bomb. The referee showing why Raw is useless, doing an entire run around the cover there before getting into a specific place so he could make the pin. Not too sure why he does that, but I don't know. I don't even want to guess anymore. It just does my head in. Tag made. Murphy, the legal man. There's a double team move. I swear this match is either in slow motion or all these 2 men or these 2 teams are wrestling this slow. This is genuinely a snail's pace. I can feel my soul like slipping. Let me try English again. See, I'm dozing into such a state of tiredness I can't even do simple English right now. I swear this matchup has to be in slow motion. Or this matchup is just that boring. It just feels as if time is ticking by slower and slower, second by second. In which case, please stop the pain. Please, just let me live. I've done nothing wrong. What have I done to deserve this pain? Why can't I be treated with the Bullet Club? Why can't I be saved by the greatest superstars on Raw? Sorry, Triple H, but it's just fact. You're like a very, very close second, if that helps you out in any way, shape, or form. Nice backbreaker, though, by Big E, but it's countered by Murphy now. Shoulder tackle. Wowza. Is that some offense or what? Is he going to be able to demonstrate some strength here? Yes, he is. German suplex there. Murphy executing some good strength, but it doesn't make a difference, really. You're still pathetic. Shining Wizard into the back of Big E's head now. What can Blake and Murphy look to do here? So far, they've been the only team to execute a tag team maneuver. So perhaps they have a little bit of a tag team... I don't know what the word I'm looking for is. Tag team allegiance, perhaps better at that than what the New Day are. Tag made now once more. Blake now the legal man. We've been seeing this a little bit more around the universe. utilizing their strength there, and they need to do it. Back superplex there to Big E. Something that kind of has to be done in that situation. And look at the strength here we're seeing from these men. Blake now with one arm able to throw, well, just drop Big E on the mat there. Big E, of course, a power lifter in his own right, holds numerous powerlifting records as well. Was just treated by nothing by Blake, like nothing by Blake, and does so again with that backbreaker. Good work thus far. Blake and Murphy really holding their own right now. Just goes to show how useless the New Day are on this brand, and just goes to show how ineffective this matchup really is. Blake and Murphy can win it all they want. It's not going to mean anything. And now, Big E though in position. Belly to belly. Oh, that's a lovely belly to belly. But Bliss is getting involved. Bliss distracting the referee now. Right in front of the action. That really didn't work. Congratulations, Bliss. You just adjusted the turnbuckle a little bit. There's a cover. There's two. And Blake kicks out at two. Keeping this match alive for his team. If I was Big E there, I would have thought maybe about making the tag in just to save my energy for a little bit later on in this one. But he's doing a good job thus far, so maybe he doesn't want to do that. Irish whip. Countered. In the corner they go. But Blake is not going to allow Xavier Woods to tag himself in here. I don't think that's the smartest idea they could have gone for. Oh, this is looking bad. Look at the strength there of Big E with one arm, with Blake on his shoulders, into the turnbuckle, into the floor. Big E is just the standout competitor of every New Day match, it has to be said. I feel sorry for the guy. He's done so much. He's a former, he's a former NXT champion, but he's a former ECW champion. Got to say that because he was ECW champion, and this is the treatment he gets now. And now this is the treatment we are forced to deal with. Stomping in the corner. Repeated stomps there now as Xavier Woods tags himself in. Now Woods goes to work here on stomping away in the chest of Blake. Big E tags himself in here. And now he stomps away. And now here goes Xavier Woods. Oh, baseball slide drop kick. Woohoo! Are you not entertained? Distraction there by Alexa Bliss. Will that give? Yes, it does. It gives Blake the opportunity to fight on. Which kind of goes to show how pathetic Blake and Murphy are. They rely upon, and I'm not trying to be sexist here when I say it, but they rely upon a woman in a man's match to give them success, to guide them on to victory. Even Paige isn't needed by the Bullet Club. And look at this now. Alexa Bliss bringing a steel chair into the equation. And we're supposed to cheer for these men when they resort to desperate measures like this to gain an advantage over the New Day. The New Day. Just remember that. God help them when they take on the Bullet Club once more. If I was Blake, though, I'd make the tag out to this point, and it seems as if he's looking to try and do that right now. In the corner. Good counter, though, by Xavier Woods. But it's an elbow in the face by Blake now. And it's trouble, perhaps, for Xavier Woods. He's in a very precarious position. Blake with him in position. Brainbuster by Blake. Murphy now. Frog splash. Into the cover. There goes. Big E to the outside. There's the cover. There's one. There's two. Mercy, this match is over. 2 losses in a row for the New Day. You're a joke. Oh, we're done at least. We can put this behind us. Blake and Murphy win a nothing match and celebrate it like they've just won the World Cup. Well done, boys. You won a match. Congratulations. That means nothing. Nothing. At all. Literally nothing. Well, as we continue to allegedly supposed to be cheering for the team that is getting their manager to use weapons during a match so they can gain advantage. I'll keep my love for the Bullet Club, for the rightful team, for the team that will do good around here, and for the duo, the group that is here to save Raw and not almost bore me into sleep like this one just managed. Well, at least I can be woken up slightly by the loud kicks of Asuka, as she is in action next against Charlotte. Well, this is Charlotte. Here she comes. I mean, in a way, I would have liked a tougher opponent chosen for Asuka than Charlotte. No offense to Charlotte, but you have like one win in this entire universe. So, maybe 2. I think it's 2. So you don't have the best track record going for you. And with that being said, I don't think you're going to be getting win number 3 at this moment. So that being said, Asuka trying to gain an advantage on the road to taking on Paige. I couldn't tell you when that matchup is because I don't know anything, because neither does the Raw General Manager. He knows nothing about his own brand, and yet he's in charge of it. I know. Sounds pretty stupid. But hey, he's not a miracle worker. He's just a Raw General Manager. He's just filling the line of people who have come before him to take over this brand, only to bring it to its death, its destruction, its failure, its doom, whatever else you want to say. While talent, like Asuka, is unfortunately left to collide with that iceberg and be forced to just sink to the bottom, like Raw has become. With that being said, Asuka heads towards the ring. Don't get me wrong, I like Asuka, and I said when she won the Triple Threat tournament to become #1 contender that she could be a viable threat to the Women's Championship, but I think Paige is just too strong of a mindset to her right now. She is just too mentally focused to let anything slip up, to let a simple mistake occur. I don't think that is in Paige's mantra. I just don't see it being in her game plan right now. Asuka, when they do face off, she can try all she wants. She can really put in a number should she choose, but she has got to remember that it is just not going to work out. Paige has had plenty of time to study Asuka, to realize how Asuka operates within that ring, what makes her so dangerous, and Paige will look to just weaken that game. Because you got to remember, Paige is not just studying these clips on her own. She has got the entire Bullet Club with her as well, analyzing. Just to remind you, the entire Bullet Club there, that's a Grand Slam champion, the man who is about to become a 2-time United States champion, and the current World Tag Team champions right there. There is a whole load of talent, and you've got the Women's Champion Paige studying the clips as well, which makes it all the more difficult for Asuka if she wants to try and walk out of that Women's Championship matchup still with the belt, with the belt now around her waist. She's going to have to put in an impressive showing here tonight against Charlotte if she wants that. She's off to a good start here. Here come the kicks already into the chest of Charlotte. Really going to try and light them up and do a number on her as this matchup gets underway. I think the key thing is here for Charlotte is to try and play spoiler for Asuka. Try and make this matchup as difficult as possible for her. Because while Charlotte probably won't be able to get into the title matchup, she can at least try and ruin Asuka's opportunity of winning the title and then perhaps find herself next in line with a title opportunity. Oh, spin kick in the face there by Asuka. She's not in the mood to mess around. She's off to a very strong start here. Certainly. Move after move right now. Continuous offense. Went for the cover there, but it was not even a 1 count. The daughter of Ric Flair with a good amount of fight in her to kick things off here. I can confirm Paige is in the arena, but she has told me she's just going to be watching. She's not told me from where, but she's going to be watching. And that is all that matters. Charlotte right there with a nice backbreaker. They're stretching the back out as well of Asuka. Asuka's going to be feeling a hell of a lot of pain in that back when that match comes around next week. All the work that Paige is going to have to do on the back and the head as well to get that victory, while also trying to avoid the deadly kicks of Asuka. And as I said, when Asuka was making her entrance, the kicks that knocked Paige out the last time they squared off one-on-one against one another. Asuka up to the top rope here. Oh! Twisting, well, rotation in the air with that leaping with that diving knee drop, but there's Charlotte stopping that belly to belly. Fighting back, spear, missed, and immediately Asuka looks to capitalize. Running bum tackle, but Charlotte gets out of the way, and Asuka stumbles to the floor. Great work there by Charlotte, and this could be an opening here for the Queen. Yes, Queen. Well, Charlotte's going to go for it. This is the opening she was looking for. Figure 4 locked in. Is she going to bridge into the figure 8? Indeed she is. Higher leverage. More torque on the leg as Charlotte's here with the figure 8 now on Asuka. Asuka, will she be forced to tap out? Regardless of if she taps out or not, the pain that's going to be going through her legs, the longer she stays in this submission, may make those kicks of hers less impactful. Great work there by Asuka, though, to get out of it. That is one submission move that is not easy to escape. Asuka may be reeling in the effects of it, but she's certainly not showing it with that move. There's the cover now by Asuka right after that. 1 count. Stumbles back, but is right in control, even after nearly being in the clutches of defeat there. Oh, what a loaded up forearm shot there by Charlotte as she continues now to go to work on the legs, maybe? No. Look at this by Charlotte, just dumping her face first. Gotta give credit where credit's due to Charlotte. She has brought out some strong offense here, and Asuka, though, able to kind of shrug it off and just keep fighting. I imagine the level of strong style matches that she's had in a native country has really toughened her up over time. Once more, tries for that load up kick and just takes too long. Charlotte able to recover right away. Asuka now with a good kick in the chest sends Charlotte stumbling back off high. Oh, I think that was a rotating leg drop there by Asuka. Don't quote me because I really don't know. One difficult move to try and read there. There's a chop. Surprise, surprise. Charlotte now sends Asuka over the top and to the outside. She's certainly done a good job thus far in this matchup. Made it more and more difficult for Asuka to try and gain momentum, to try and get into the mind of Paige, if ever, if she could even have a chance of doing that. Charlotte, I think, is just frustrated with her treatment maybe on Raw and her treatment even in the women's division as a whole. The lack of victory she has sustained and just the almost, the lack of attention that is paid to her on Monday Night Raw. Cross arm breaker now by Asuka. Submission to the leg with a submission to the arm as well. This time instead by Asuka. But it's Charlotte who's able to get out of this submission and does a great job of it as well. Into the corner. Asuka with one hell of a leaping bum tackle. Give credit where credit's due for that one. What will she look for now? Asuka, kick in the chest and a kicks in the stomach. Repeated ones. And there's a roundhouse kick. That's the one that knocked Paige out. And that may be the one that sends Charlotte out cold as well. And it doesn't. Charlotte kicks out, but that may be due to the figure 8 that was locked in earlier on. Asuka, though, continuing to fight, but so is Charlotte. Nice bulldog there by Asuka. She needs to get something going here if she wants to get this win, because right now she is not impressing, I don't think, the person who matters most. And that, of course, being the women's champion. Nice kick in the gut there. Asuka now. It's not a... it's not the Asuka lock, but it's a guillotine. It's a guillotine choke. This is one of the most effective submission holds out there. The grip you can get on the neck. She may just have it locked under the chin as opposed to being a choke, but this can really force anyone to tap out. Kyle O'Reilly over on SmackDown made it a pinnacle move of his, but Charlotte still fights and sends her down there. Wow. I am impressed by Charlotte in this matchup, I've got to be honest. She has really given it all here. And now Charlotte may look for the natural selection here to Asuka. Kick in the gut. Stuffed, but enziguri. Charlotte really trying to play spoiler right now. Cover here now by Charlotte, but it's only a 1 count. Asuka takes a quick moment to roll outside of the ring, and Charlotte was trying to act a little bit cocky there. What a neck breaker. What more can Charlotte do here to try and beat Asuka? What more can Asuka try and do here to beat Charlotte? Whatever she needs to do, she needs to wrap it up quick, and she may be looking to do just that. Asuka brings it in. Asuka lock here for Charlotte. This one should be it. I mean, Charlotte is great at submissions. She is great at submission offense and defense, but I just cannot see her fighting out of the Asuka lock. I was wrong. I don't know what happened to the old Charlotte, but she is long gone, as proven by this match. Charlotte now, neck breaker. No, Asuka throws her away. And before she could try for anything, Charlotte counters. Sends her into the turnbuckle and sends her back up to that top rope here. Asuka could be in trouble. Precarious position. Superplex may be on its way. This is not what Asuka needs. Not more pain on that back of hers. But she's able to fight out of it. Sending her down, and oh, she almost fell in her own right as well. She hangs on. And this, the longer this match goes on, the more enjoyable it is for Paige, because her opponent for the Women's Championship is struggling against someone who isn't even, who hasn't been paid a lot of attention recently. There's the bum tackle, and finally, this one comes to an end. Asuka victorious, but that took a lot out of her to get the win. And you can tell it did as well. If anything, this has just produced so much confidence within Paige ahead of their title match. And if I was, if I was the bookmakers, if I was the odds makers for this one, I would be stupid not to put Paige as the odds-on favourite. Charlotte, though, perhaps stating that she might be next in line for the Women's Championship with a performance like that. Yes, she lost, but oh my word, was that her, I would argue, her strongest performance I've ever seen out of her. Congratulations, though, to Charlotte for putting that performance. Well done to Asuka for the win, but you are going to need to do so much more than that if you want to walk out with that Women's Championship around your waist. That being said, we're going to move on here, and well, we were going to move on to The Miz against against Dolph Ziggler, but that's not the case, because if you look, because as I can see, Triple H is on his way to the ring. Clearly the game has something to say, so without further ado, let's get right to it. Well, here he is, the man who won that 6-man battle royal earlier in the night, last eliminating the villain Marty Scurll. And now here right now, Triple H seems to have something to say. I'd love to know what, and I'm happy he's here because more Triple H is always better. So let's see what is on the mind of the game right now. Why is he here? Why is he blessing us all with his presence? He's talking about last week. He's mentioning the win as well, but he's talking about last week in regards to what he did to Zack Ryder and the conversation that they had with Cole. And I'm glad he's getting this out of the way, because there was a bit of suspicion, and even I didn't know what they were talking about. Now reiterating the point. Oof. Reiterating a strong point as well. He didn't do it for the Bullet Club. He doesn't like the Bullet Club. Triple H is in it for his own business. He's in it for his own self-gains. You don't make it in this business by being in a group. I'm sorry, Triple H, I love you, but the Bullet Club does disagree with that. And there's the final claim from Triple H already. Short and sweet by the game, to the point. He doesn't care about what's happening in the World Heavyweight Championship division. He doesn't care what's happening with the Bullet Club. Fact of the matter is, everyone should keep their eye on the Money in the Bank ladder match and on Triple H. Because before long, the face on the posters around Raw is not going to be about Tyler Breeze or Dolph Ziggler or about the Bullet Club. It is going to be Triple H. Money in the Bank is not a night for Triple H, but rather the start of his kingdom. Triple H already with an absolute boatload of confidence heading into that Money in the Bank ladder match, and he can have it. I say let Triple H have his confidence to him. I said earlier in the night regardless of, you know, the ECW superstars that are in it, regardless of the SmackDown superstar we know to be in it, I always think no matter what match he enters, Triple H is a favorite. Yes, that is going to be obvious bias from me, and I will admit that is bias. I mean, hell, when I support the Bullet Club, you should not believe my claims to be as truthful as they are, because they do have a degree of bias to them. But at the end of the day, actually, no, you should believe the claims I make about the Bullet Club. What am I talking about? The Bullet Club are the saving grace of Monday Night Raw. But with Triple H, take it with a pinch of salt, take it with a little bit of bias in regards to how much I am, you know, I'm actually a fan of Triple H. But I believe right now the only other threat in that Money in the Bank ladder match is Samoa Joe. Yes, I know we've only got 4 out of 6 revealed right now, but I do believe Joe, major threat, and I'm glad I had the opportunity to put him in there. Trevor Lee, unproven right now, only won 1 match. Rusev, yes, he's looked more dominant in this past week, but that's just this past week. Since then, you know, before then even, he was a little bit all over the place. Just like this man here, The Miz, who suddenly found his momentum last week when he picked up a win over the Viper, Randy Orton. If I was the Raw General Manager, I may be looking to try and put The Miz, maybe, in that second Money in the Bank ladder spot, but we'll see what's going to happen in regards to that. Because right now, it is time for us to be graced by, yeah. There's a key part to this man missing. But don't worry, we'll be getting it back real soon. As I can confirm for you all right here, right now, here. It has been signed, it has been officiated, it has been confirmed. A Money in the Bank, once more. Dolph Ziggler will take on Tyler Breeze for the World Heavyweight Championship. And that is one that I am glad about. Ziggler had that title undeservedly taken away from him. Look at all the great that Ziggler did in just 3 weeks or thereabouts as champion. Raw's ratings improved. Right now, they're just kind of coasting off of the ratings that Dolph Ziggler gifted to them. I would be surprised if for this week and the week after, they are able to maintain these ratings with Tyler Breeze's mug on the poster, with Tyler Breeze's mug on the advertisements. Ziggler and the Bullet Club are money. They bring the revenue. Tyler Breeze brings selfishness and greed. And it's not like one of those points you can disagree with either. Look at him when he makes his entrance. He comes out with his selfie stick, comes out taking pictures of himself and looking at his own reflection in his phone. He completely isolates himself from all those around him who, as of late, have been cheering him for some reason. Ziggler does not care for the reaction of the crowd. He does not care for the cheers. Dolph Ziggler is a man who does react to the crowd. You see him when he comes out. He points at people in the crowd. He points at those smart enough to be wearing the Bullet Club merchandise. Which, by the way, is, wherever we go, is selling out. Time and time again. But, you know, Ziggler at least interacts with the crowd. What does he get for his reaction? Oh, he gets booed. He gets booed by the majority. He gets booed by the blind. As I said with Tyler Breeze. Tyler Breeze's situation with the Raw General Manager and the rest of this audience. The Raw General Manager is basically the blind leading the blind. He is blind to the damage he is causing to this brand. He is blind to the mistakes that he has made, and he is blind to how destructive his world champion is to his own cause. But in his mind, if it's not the Bullet Club, then it doesn't matter who it is, because they are a better choice. And the fans will agree with them because they are blinded to the belief that the Bullet Club are the wrong ones, just because of the colors they wear, just because of the ways in which they act. No, 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 no. That is not the right mindset. That is not how we should take things into consideration. Fact of the matter is, Ziggler, Anderson, Gallows, Cole, Page, they act in the ways they do because at this point, it has become a stage where the only way to fight against the disease of Raw is to create one of your own. Fight fire with fire. Whatever else you want to say, that the Bullet Club has to sink to the level of Monday Night Raw in order to be able to compete with it. in order to be able to show just how terrible Raw is, the Bullet Club have to be as downright terrible as them. And that is just disgusting, in all honesty. And you're seeing it right here. Miz took off the turnbuckle. Ziggler will use the turnbuckle to his advantage. That is the level that we're having to sink to around here, just to prove our point, just to prove how diseased Raw is. But when a Raw superstar does it, let's cheer them. Let's celebrate them like they're doing with the Miz right now. Capitalizing on a legal head kick into a fragile part, the back of the head, one of the most fragile parts of the body. Let's cheer that. If Ziggler did it, oh, we'll boo the life out of that one. Miz going to lock in the figure 4 here. Yes, he made Randy Orton tap to last week, but Orton is a nothing name around here anymore. Orton is a thing of the past. Dolph Ziggler is the present and the future, and he has proven just why as he fights out of this zigzag. Ziggler proved that whatever goes on around here, Monday Night Raw needs him to survive. I mean, look at the final shot of Raw last week. It was Dolph Ziggler standing atop Tyler Breeze, not vice versa. And the only reason last week's Raw was as awful as it was is because there was a distinct lack of Bullet Club. There was one Bullet Club member in the entire show, aside from when Ziggler made an appearance. How is this show going to try and be successful when they're operating that kind of mindset? Point blank, they are not. And that is why Ziggler's here right now. He knows the damage that can be caused without the Bullet Club on the show, and he's here to make it, to save it. He's here to make it the brand that everyone should be watching. He's here to show how the Bullet Club are here to save Raw, and he's going to get rid of another problem. Oh, never mind. The Miz got out of the way of that one. The Miz may live to fight on just momentarily. Ziggler with a reversal. Spins him round now. From behind, back suplex. See the referee there? Deliberately got himself in the way of the Miz just so he could have some damage caused. Probably going to allow Maryse to intervene then when he wasn't looking. And oh no. He bleeds. He bleeds for his cause, but in reality, he is bleeding to show how weak he is, to show how weak Raw is without the Bullet Club, and to show who truly is the leader around here. And it's the Bullet Club for life. There's the zigzag. There's a replay on that one. Cover on Miz. Maryse can hardly believe it. Well, suck it up, because your husband just lost yet another match, and Raw lost yet another match to the future 3-time world champion. And now Ziggler said, no, where did he come from? Oh, come on! This is the actions of your world champion? Oh, you are actually kidding me, aren't you? After what we just saw, after what we just witnessed, which just supported the point I made about how desperate Raw can sink to, Tyler Breeze now gets to talk about how great it is to hold the world title. The very title he just smashed into the real world champion's face. You are sickening. And now listen. Now he's going on about how, Money in the Bank. It's going to be over once and for all, blah, 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 blah. I'm picking and choosing what I listen to because it's honestly just pathetic. No, you are right though, Breeze. It is the end. It's the end of you. It's the end of your world title contention. And it's the end of the joke that the Bullet Club can't succeed around here. Oh, no, Breeze. It is quite the opposite. It is not a matter of sending threats. You do not send threats to someone who's winning the Money in the Bank match. You do not deserve to be looking forward, to be looking past Money in the Bank. Breeze, you're not going to be making it out of Money in the Bank, let alone making it out as World Heavyweight Champion. So don't bother sending threats to if someone wins that briefcase on Raw. Leave that to your mind, because you're not making it out to Money in the Bank alive. And the Bullet Club will assure that your days are numbered, Breeze. Breeze, I am sick and tired of mentioning your name. I am sick and tired of giving you attention that you don't deserve. You stole a world title from a man who is destined to save this brand. And the Money in the Bank, he will take back his spotlight. He will take back his shine. He will take back Raw for the greater good of mankind. And he will take his world championship and use it to his own good. Breeze, you can't just suddenly suck up to the crowd and pretend like you're here to do it for them. We all know you only care about yourself. And the Money in the Bank, your selfishness will be your downfall. Well, just one of your downfalls. Let's not talk about the reasons why Dolph Ziggler is 10 times the wrestler you will ever be, 10 times the mindset of a wrestler that you will ever have, and also 10 times more of a model than you will ever be. Let's save that for another day, because right now we have one hell of a main event on the way between two men, two completely different sides of the idealistic spectrum, whatever you want to say, in regards to it's a matter of kind of heaven and hell type thing. Well, one perceives himself to be of heaven, of course, and the other one is named, aptly named as well, the Dead Man. There's no getting away from that. That is his name, and he does not care about the whole saving people. Mordecai, goes around saying that he is the savior to people's problems, saying he's saving the dark, saving the likes of Kane and Rosemary, whereas Undertaker banishes their souls. He gives them eternal damnation. He punishes them for their sins. The Undertaker looking set to do the same to Mordecai here tonight. Will he do so? We are on the cusp of finding out. This all started when Undertaker made his debut on Raw, his return on Raw I should say. I believe it was 3 weeks ago. Might have been 2. No, it was 3 weeks ago. He made his return to Raw, took on Christian and successfully defeated him, only to be run in there by his own brother Kane. 2 weeks ago, Undertaker got his revenge, chokeslamming Kane in the match after his match against Drago and sending him reeling. Mordecai last week wanted this match against Taker, and here tonight, he is gonna get it. Mordecai asked for that match, and The Undertaker immediately accepted, and here we are now, in your main event of Monday Night Raw, no least as well, between these two men, both huge in their own rights, both around that 7-foot mark, and both ready to go toe-to-toe with each other, just to prove who is the more righteous of the two. It is good meets evil, but I think everyone believes that The Undertaker is the good in this one, and Mordecai is the evil. This isn't really my forte in regards to this kind of matchup, but you have some kind of false prophet in Mordecai, and just the demon of the night, really, in The Undertaker. The dead man who rides into town to take those souls. Tonight, Mordecai's soul shall be taken. For all of his falsehoods, for all of the sins that in the mind he has committed. Undertaker, I think, though, both these men, really, in this matchup could have other things on their mind. Is Undertaker more so thinking about his brother Kane, wanting to get him out of this brood and wanting him back by his side, to be freed from the clutches of this man? And is Mordecai perhaps thinking about what he had to do to Rosemary the other week? Banishing her, making her pay for the sins that she had committed, making her, punishing her for her failures, from being unable to capture the Women's Championship. Is that something we're going to be noticing? The honest truth is, I don't know. I'm not a mind reader. I can't really tell what's going on in the mind of either of these two men. But all we know is right now it's off to a little bit of a back and forth start. This one's going to be an interesting one because we've seen Mordecai in tag team action, but when he wrestles I'm almost positive it's a lot more Kane than what it is Mordecai. Undertaker, meanwhile, has been down on NXT for the past 8 months or so, making a name once more, reinventing himself, taking on all comers who dare try and fight him. And now that he's back here on Raw, it is truly a great time really for The Undertaker. It is a time for him to prove that the dead man rises once more, and the dead man is here to punish those who go against him, and Mordecai in big trouble. Undertaker with old school. I think when it comes to just out and out wrestling, this is Undertaker's match, to be fair. And it's looking like it right now. Mordecai in big trouble already. Undertaker in position, ready to strike. Last ride to Mordecai. Is this one over in a matter of moments? There's 2, and it is. The Undertaker walks over Mordecai. I don't know what to say. He completely mauled him as if he were nothing. And now here comes Kane. Kane in to go after the man who... to go after his own brother even. To save the man who he believes may be teaching him the righteous ways. Mordecai. I don't even think he knows where he is right now. He's stumbling around on the outside. But Kane in the ring is attacking his own brother. Kane has been blinded by Mordecai. And this is the key truth of it. Attacking his brother for a second time now. Elbow drop to the Undertaker. Undertaker doesn't want to fight his own brother, but you can tell he just has to in this moment. That's one shot there, trying to tell Kane to just give in, to just not try anything. But there was nothing he could do. Kane is intent on sending the Undertaker down, on putting him out of the mindset of the Brood. Kane now with a hand around the throat of Undertaker. And the choke slam to his own flesh and blood. And it does not seem as if the job is done yet for Kane, resuscitating Mordecai, handing him a steel chair now, and with the Undertaker down and defenseless, taking the steel chair to the dead man. They lost the match, but they are winning the war, and Kane wants in on this. Kane wants to strike his own brother. As if the chokeslam wasn't enough, there has to be one final way to get a stand over his brother to end this episode of Raw.